had that on jacket.
1360.
Yeah, 13. 13. 13.
All right. Well, you know, time but the present. Oh, you said yeah. You're good. All right. All right. You know, we're out here another day. You know, blessed to come out here and spread the truth of the Bible. You know, in the way that it was intended to the Hebrew Israelites, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, but before we get into all that, you know, we're going to be giving all praises, honor to our power. You know, the Creator, what the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, because those are one is a title and the other is a byword, because there's no letter J in the whole alphabet up until the most recent 500 years. So, but like I said, we're going to get started by giving all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, Agri, Millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful light Akim out there that are pushing this word in truth and sincerity. You know, we are the Hebrew Israelites of Idaho. You know, it's your brother Nahar here for the brothers Keeper Issachar. You know, so we're based out here in Boise, Idaho, which is the capital of Idaho. You know, we come in week out prophesying the downfall and destruction of America, which is known as Babylon the Great, the Golden City. You know, in the Bible, in the scriptures. But this land is filled with the wicked, which the wicked, pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4, is talking about the so-called white man, which is the devil the Bible speaks of. And the righteous, you know, the sons of God, well, take it back, the righteous are the Israelites, you know, referred to as the firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, mine chosen, you know, apple of my eye. You know, there's so many titles for Israel. Shalom, Mak. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shalom. So, you know, that's who we're out here fishing for. Because right now we're fishing. You know, we don't know who the elect is. So what we're using is this bait in the scriptures so that an elect would hear it, you know, within their spirit, you know, especially with everything that's going on right now, because people are looking for answers, you know.
But yeah, looking for answers at the wrong places. For sure.
You got your own? Oh, you can bring it down.
Yeah, here it is in Deuteronomy. This is how we open up every camp. Just because Yahweh Shai gave out these orders for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are Hebrew Israelites of the Bible.
Right.
Here it is in Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 8. And the officers shall speak further to the people, and they shall say, this is the order, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return into his house, lest his brother's heart faint as well as his heart. Right. Yeah, because you don't want to be out here, want to be willy-nilly, thinking, oh, are we even gonna win the championship?
Are we doing anything?
Yeah, are we even doing anything? Are we gonna go win this battle? Like, I don't know. These guys look bigger than us. Like, that's not the spirit of David and the house of David and the 144 elect men that gave out the orders. Because what man that is fearful and faint-hearted, fearful means, let me get that word, fearful. Let's break that down.
Because if we were faint-hearted, man, and we got, you know, all up in arms because nobody's stopping by, man, you know how discouraged we get? You know, there's thousands of people that are passing. You know, are we going to get down because no one's coming up and asking us questions? Hell no, we're not, man. Hey, more spots open for us, for you retards not getting it, man.
More judgment and slaves for us.
That's right.
Yeah, because we're out here for salvation and judgment.
That's right. We're out here for a purpose, to tell Israel their salvation and these heathens their judgment.
Yep, exactly right. Here it is, fearful, an adjective, afraid, frightened, scared to death, and that's right. Feeling afraid, showing fear or anxiety, and that's what if a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American is going out to the highways and byways, which are Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, they're not going to be out there being fearful, because you're not going to want that heart on the battlefield, and especially when you're out here prophesying to every single nation and letting them know what so-called America is going down, which is the land of your captivity, Israel, because Israel is a people before it's a place.
Slovakia, Seinfeld.
Yeah, lest his brother's heart faint as well as his heart. Right, because hey man, if you're gonna be down in actual doom and gloom for Israel, get the fuck back home, bro. You belong with the women.
That's right. I got one.
We're not out here being beta male simps out here.
I got one. This is Proverbs 1:26. It says, "I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh." You know, because we're really going to be laughing. You know,
these people are laughing.
this is Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock. It's like I will mock when your fear cometh. So when all these people, you know, there's no food on the grocery shelves. You know, there's Gurkha troops in the streets just gunning whole families down. They don't care if you're a little kid. They're killing you on sight. You know, when that comes to America, and America's turned into a third world country overnight because the collapse of the dollar, the power went out, whatever happens, you know, Lord's will. But we do know that America is going to be tormented before those nukes drop. You know, before the final hour, before the lake of fire, you know, gets put into place. You know, this place is going to go through civil war, a race war, a class war, a food war, a water war. Man, it says there's going to be so many people going against each other. You know, there's just going to be bodies laid out in the street. You know, and I got a script precept for that.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny. It's going to be a whole candy war right here because people are addicted to candy. These people are addicted to drugs all up and down, legally and illegally.
Yeah, and honestly, the worst drugs are legal. You know, the pharmaceuticals, you know, and these pills that these doctors push out, you know, that kills more people than all the illegal drugs combined. So who's really the real drug dealer, you know? Jake's just dealing with what they were given, you know, by really, you want to go into it, CIA ops, you know, taking product from other countries, bringing it to the United States, circulating it out through the ghettos, you know, and where the Jakes are that are slinging that shit, you know, and then arresting him. So the war on drugs is a perpetual cycle, you know. You know, what about that plane, the CIA plane that went down filled up with cocaine, you know, and both the pilots bailed. So, you know, it's not anything new, you know, and there's a lot of accounts too, like back in the 80s and 90s, you know, they would go down a random alley and there'd be a crate full of guns, you know. So what is that? What does that do? You know, Jake sees that stuff, you think they're going to, you know, not take it, you know, they get some free burners in the street, you know, they're gonna take that shit and use that stuff. But who are they gonna use it on? Their fellow Jake, you know, their fellow brothers. But this is yeah, so like I said earlier, that there's gonna be so many bodies on the street, you know, rotting corpses, man. You know, you smell like a dead cow or a big animal that's rotting, man. You could smell it for miles, man. I remember one time, you know, when I was a teenager, there was a cow that got hit by like one of like these old farm roads, but it was quite a ways away from where I lived at the time, and you could smell it from there, man. So I cannot imagine all these dead bodies and how many people are here, man. And a lot of these people look like fat cows anyways, man. A bunch of fat bodies, bro, walking around big ass bowling ball blobs, bro. So this is Jeremiah 25 and 33. It says, "And the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth, and they shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground." You know, and dung is shit. You know, when you take the shit from your yard that your dog left for you, what do you do with it, man? You get rid of it. You really don't want it. Yeah, no, you step in it, you give it as a gift. No, you throw it out the street. No, well, I mean, you shouldn't throw it on the street, but you should get rid of it, you know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Dispose of waste.
You cast it away.
And also, we're out here under the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. We're not out here under the cursed name and the devilish name, Jesus Christ, because that's it. literally, because out here we're prophesying Yahweh, which is the Father's name, meaning in Hebrew, if you break it down to English, he exists. He is I am. That's basically what it comes down to. But you have to learn the dark sayings of the Bible and have the Ruach Kodesh, which is the Holy Spirit in Hebrew, supping with you and breaking down what this outside doctrine, what you were taught, which is the truth is coming out from the Bible, taught by you men, 144 elect men that we know as GMS. That's why they're considered the hopeful elect men repeatedly.
Well, Lord willing, because the elect is going to come from all over the world, not just GMS, but all these other camps that, you know, the brothers that are doing it in sincerity, you know? So, yeah, you're going to...
Yeah, and then also, Yahweh Shai meaning he delivers. Yahweh Shai is in Hebrew, which is the Paleo Hebrew, the original language. People say you talk in tongues in the Bible. No, that's speaking of languages. And Yahweh Shai, he delivers, meaning he's going to deliver the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in the world known as UFOs, which are chariots in the Bible.
Kind of pass that. But yeah, you know, and this is a very serious thing, man. You can't just be blurting whatever you want. You got to really think about what you're saying when you're out here, because you are responsible for everything that you put out here. You know, the good and the bad. So before you speak, make sure you understand what you're saying, because you know we account everything that we're saying. You know, good thing with the brothers, you know, we have each other here. You know, because if I say something off, you know, slip of the tongue, it happens. You know, the brother, I expect the brother to correct me. Yep. Not just, and that goes for other brothers, you know, that are dealing with more than one brothers in their camp. You know, if a brother goes off, you know, it's not, you know, who do you love more? Watching someone repeat a mistake, or helping them correct the mistake so that they can grow and be better? You know, that's what you want. You know, you're going to get rebuked from your own brothers, you know, but it doesn't have, you know, you got to cuss them out. You got to say anything like that. But hey, man, we got to keep each other on point, man, because you know this is something that is in the spiritual realm, which is the fourth dimension, which is way more serious than we can see in this what we're walking around today, you know, in the physical world today. So we got to make sure to watch each other even more. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what we have to deal with out here. We're not dealing with, well, we're dealing with saints out here. But what are we battling with? Demons, warlocks, people that actually worship the devil out here. Because I'm gonna post it on my IG. I literally park and I walk around cars or whatever, because I'm around cars all day. But I literally had somebody post up on their sign, on their bumper, it said support witches, and I'm all like, oh, you wicked satanic bitch, bro. I mean, like, you're all around Esau's kingdom. What do you expect? Something holy? Absolutely not.
Right, man. I seen that too, man. I seen a couple cars talking about the satanic world order or something like that, or and they have like an inverted like pentagram, you know, a 5-pointed star inverted. You know, they got all types of wicked shit, man.
Everybody knows what's going on, but who's actually speaking against this devil? Right. The last lesson was about.
Last night's camp. Yeah. Yeah, man. Because, hey, man, this is not a game. You know, what we do throughout our daily lives during the week, you know, it's based on being able to have enough information when we do come out on the highways and byways to be able to, like you say, give you guys something worth knowing. You know, what we can talk about? Yeah, that David danced around the temple when the Ark of the Covenant was returned. But is that gonna, you know, benefit you in this day and time? You know, yeah, that's a good example. You know, all Scripture is written aforetime for our learning. You know, but what is the main focus right now, which is prophecy? You know, these people got to know what's coming. You know, that's why we're out here being a warning with the watchmen, because a lot of people, you know, whether they realize it or not, you know, the bumbling Biden just released the strategic reserves of oil and so it can ease the price at the gas pump. Okay, well, what we're dealing right now is not even an emergency, man. Let's say you see even $7, $8 gallons, per gallon. That's still not an emergency enough to when there's no oil whatsoever. Because when they want to go back, when there's a whole world war going on, and they don't have any oil, what are they going to go to? Their backup strategic reserves? Hell no, man. They're going to use that for the military and the government so that they can keep it, in place. They're not going to try to help out the average schmo Joe. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your kids, man. And that's what this devil is, man. You know what this devil is going to help you out with? He's going to say, I'll take care of your kids. I'll take care of your family. All you do is got to come with me to this FEMA camp. Come with me to this FEMA camp because we got water, heat, shelter, and all these things, man. But at that FEMA camp, they're going to chip you up. They're going to give you what's called a charagma, which is known as the mark of the beast in the Bible. And you're not going to be able to buy or sell without taking that mark. So your kids are going to starve in front of you because you're gonna not want to take it for a while. But after your first kid dies, and let's say maybe you eat little Jimmy, then you're going to start thinking clear. Man, I don't want to do this for my next 2 kids, and your ass is going to fold and go get that mark. Yeah, if you want to get the Revelations 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what these people are doing, man, because they have no faith. They don't understand why these things are happening, and that they are literally about to partake in the hour of temptation, which is, are you going to take that MOTB or not?
Who do you serve?
Who do you serve? Because that is the ultimate branding. What does a farmer do to make sure he knows which cattle are his? He brands the skin. And this devil is going to use it on a high level, which that's how he looks at us. He looks at us as what it's Yiddish, but they call it goyim. That's what these small hat, big nose, funky looking motherfuckers look at us like. They call us goyim, which is cattle, property. So yeah, and soon enough, everyone's going to be getting chipped up, man. A lot of these dumbasses already got the jab. A lot of these people already lined up. I don't care what's in it. I'm rolling up my sleeve. I ain't asking no questions, And now that got you people assed out with fucking blood clots, man. So.
Yeah, dying in the hair salon.
Dying in the hair salon.
Dying at the stop sign, bro.
Okay,
seriously.
Frequency passes through the air, and you're doing the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, dude. One text, boom. You're
yeah, that's wild.
Oh, okay.
Get that. Yeah,
yes, sir. Here it is in Revelations chapter 13. Okay. Here it is in Revelations 13, verse 16.
Hold up. And this is one of the last major prophecies to come. Apart from Jacob's trouble, famine of the word, the charagma, the MOTB is the next big thing to look out for, man. And that's when you know what time we're living in. Because they already have the technology for it now. They just need the infrastructure and the so-called laws on paper to make it legal. Because everything to this devil is it legal or not? Well, it was technically legal when they slaughtered the Native Americans, stole land from the Mexicans, stole the slaves, buck break them here, killed kids. All that was legal, because they're 3/5 a human being. Man, you don't know who you're dealing with. This is the devil. Go ahead.
Yeah, here it is in Revelations chapter 13, verse 16. And he, which is the so-called white man.
That's right. Because the devil's a spiritual being. Yep. He can manifest physical things, but he's going to use his pawn, which is the so-called white man, which is like the devil's pawn. But who does the devil work for? Yahweh Shem Shai.
Oh, representative.
Right, representative.
Yeah, representative.
He's a top CEO representing the wicked left-hand side.
And isn't the devil colored red? Yes, he is.
That's right, man. He's fucking dirty red lobster.
Because he, Esau, here on earth, caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So hold up. It doesn't matter if you're rich, you got a lot of money, or you're poor and you have no money. It doesn't matter if you're a free man walking around in the streets or you're held up in the prison houses. It says that everyone will receive the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, and you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. So go ahead.
Yeah, here it is, continuing 17. And that no man, meaning no one, man is the man of the household, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
That's right.
And it's going to bring it down to this next verse. Verse 18. Here is wisdom, meaning what? You have to know understanding to know what this prophecy is saying.
Right.
Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 score
606. 603 scores. Because a score is 20. You know? So 600 and then 3 scores. 20 times 3 would be 60 and 6.
666. All on your barcode.
Exactly.
All everything, bro. Everything. You want to go buy your iPhone? Barcode. You want to go buy some medicine? Barcode. You want to go buy food? Barcode. All the way down to the simple barcode from the land that you have, bro. Oh,
and there's literally the number and the line forms on every barcode.
Yep. One bar, one side has 1 6, and the other side has 2 6s to identify the barcode, man. And that's what you have to have understanding. Here is wisdom, right. And wisdom is not given to the. You're not gonna give your top gold, your top secrets to some stranger on the street. Why? Because he's a thief. You're gonna show your personal items, your personal belongings, sentimental value, this holy Bible. You're not gonna give it to a so-called white man that is the devil, bro.
That's right. And we're out here, publicly on the highways and byways, but are we trying to, stop everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes through and say, hey, man, get this. This will help you out, man.
No, bro. It's all on them.
If people just keep going by, that's no problem. We're not out here to get it to people that don't want it, and we ain't gonna chase you down.
Yeah,
we're stationary, man. It's okay. If you have the truth, you're not gonna try to sell it like a fucking corporation and get it, to the most amount of people. No, what makes something valuable? Not a lot of people knowing it, and that's why only the elect of Israel is really gonna get it, because anything that's in a small number, is going to be more valuable than something that that you can get for 99 cents anywhere. So that's why this truth is a sanctuary, man. Because not a lot of people, I can ask anybody, do you know what the mark of the beast is? You're going to get 20 different answers, man. And that's why when the hour does come down to it, the people are going to fold. So this is Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, and 10 days is symbolic for perfection. So it could be a perfect number of days. It could be 10 days, it could be 20, 30, 40 plus, And Salakia, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And that crown of life, is talking about the crowning ceremony in 2nd Esdras chapter 2. When our Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Lord willing, gives us that crown, that rulership. And this is 2nd Esdras 2, and I can start at the top, 42, so you can get the whole point. Shalom, big up. Shalom. This is 2nd Esdras 2 and 42. I, Esdras, saw up upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai with songs. Because Jake was always singing to our power. That's why I said in Babylon, they required us a song. But how can we sing a song in a strange land? But this is 43, paraphrasing. It says, in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So every head of the elect, he gave a crown, and the crown is going to be custom made just for you. He knows what you like. He knows your colors. He knows the shape of your head. He knows everything. So the thing is the crown is going to be made to perfection. This is 44. It says, so I asked the angel, and he said, sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God, which is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He has a Paleo-Hebrew name. God is just a title. Now are they crowned and receive palms, because palms are representative of rulership. So this is 45, Salakia 46. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? This was talking about Yahushai. And Yahushai was on the cross almost 2,000 years ago, and he was still described as a young man today. That means those are mortal bodies, Lord willing, that we're going to get. This is 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God. It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because in a carnal world, especially living in Babylon the Great, which is the worst time in history, our worst captivity, where we don't even know who we are, the fact that we're doing this and standing upon our feet, in great boldness, pursuing to Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, it's a stumbling block to a lot of people because they're not expecting the truth to come through, guys like us, man. Young guy, you ain't even old enough to go through a seminary school to be taught by the top cardinal at blah blah blah, etc.
You ain't no pastor,
right?
You don't have a church.
You ain't no prophet. All these devils around you that are trying to bring you down. Saying you're not this and you're not that, man. When really, we are those men. Yep. Because all the 12 disciples, they were at seminary school. The only one that was a Pharisee was Paul. He was able to boast in the law because he at one point was the Pharisee of Pharisees. So all the other men were just gathered on the street, fishermen. Yahushua was a carpenter. Those aren't any professions that are prestigious even in this time. So, especially back in that time, it was good. Everyone had their trades. In the ancient world, more than likely, you were doing something more with your hands based on more than a profession today. You were taught by like a mentor for years for the craft that you're wanting to get. And the same thing applies to the scriptures, man, because we learned starting from our elders at Great Millstone, starting with Apostle Elder Tahar on down, because while the rest of this world is confused, so, but yeah, man. We're about to get loud. You gonna keep going?
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Well, these Edomites out here in South Hawaii, man, bitch ass spirit out here, bro.
Yeah, they're really disrespectful.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, it's just because they got no fear, man. They don't have no respect for the Bible. It's 2022. Who does nowadays? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This is why it says this is where our Lord was crucified. Again, because that crucified would be crossed out. He was crossed out of this society, man. You know how many ass backwards situations that we run across on a daily basis, man.
Where the woman's controlling the man. That's the fucked up, man. That's the saddest thing to see.
Right, man. That's what that beta male sin is, man. You let your fucking woman run all over you, man. You deserve that shit. Because ain't no fucking man is gonna let his woman, dictate what he can and cannot do, man. And if your woman is dictating, man, you better leave that demon. Unless she's just gonna get you in a deeper spell, But man,
You want to grab one?
yeah, I was gonna grab something else, but I forgot how it worked. It's okay. It's all right. I'm gonna grab one of these hot boys. This is Proverbs 1:7 from Yawana. It says, "The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." And the majority of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, for the most part, they're just worried about money, hoes, and clothes, man. Money, hoes, and clothes, and smoking dough, man. You know, but hey, that's what Babylon produces in this society. But who puts the type of people that are used as idols in front of Jake, man? The so-called wicked-ass elite, you know, that are controlling the sound studios, that are cutting the contracts, that are paying the checks, man. You know, they're bringing those, exactly, they're bringing those people to a high pedestal. Like it says in scriptures, folly is set in great dignity. I'm gonna grab it.
Oh, and really? You can have a celebrity be your leader? Get the fuck out of here.
That's right. Malcolm X said that too. He
Yeah.
says we're the only nation that chooses trumpet players to be leaders. You know what the fuck, man? You're some dumbass. Anyway, yeah, our people are dumb, and even Yahweh Shai calls you stupid, man. Scottish children. Yeah, man. If you got something you can read now, I was keep on forgetting what the fuck.
Well, here it is. This is speaking about John. You'll find this in the four Gospels, and also the four Gospels. Gospel meaning good news. Good news to who? Because it has to be good news to somebody. If it's good news, it's the good news for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But with good news comes bad news. Why? Because everybody knows with the positive, there's a equal or negative reaction.
Which is balance.
Yeah, balance. Yahweh Shai is not going to give unequal yoke to somebody that's not going to be able to handle it. It's crazy, man. So the bad news is for the other nations. Obviously, I forgot to tell you, the so-called white man that is going into slavery, and the other nations that are going to follow suit. Because here it is in St. John chapter 1, verse 9. This is talking about Yahweh Shai. That was the true light which lightened every man that cometh into the world. And that light is a capital L. In St. John chapter 1, verse 9, going down to verse 10, talking about Yahweh Shai still.
And that's why it's like it. And that's why it says, "Thy law is thy lamp." You know, roughly paraphrasing. This word in these scriptures, you know, is the light that we use to navigate in this world, man. Because this world is a dark world.
Yeah, in a dark place, in a wicked kingdom that is the darkest one. What are you going to have to see around?
That's right.
A flashlight, or the Holy Bible, which is given and only given to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is Israel.
That's right.
Here it is, continuing on verse 10, St. John chapter 1, verse 10, to say it correctly. He was in the world, but the world was made by him, by Yahweh Shai, and the 144 elect men, and the world knew him not. That's a sad deal, bro. Sad deal when you have a masterpiece and all that stuff, let's just say an art piece, and nobody recognizes the artist. You know, yeah, right, dude, that's not gonna happen. But that's what happened to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh's son.
Yahweh Shai didn't even have a place to lay his head.
And here it is continuing for Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, verse 11. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. And you think we're going to be out here bringing in every single so-called Latino up here? Get the fuck out of here, bro. If Yahweh Shai didn't have that happen to him, you think it's going to happen to us? Man, you guys are delusional out here, bro. If you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that pretend to be in this truth, you guys are wackos, bro. That's why GMS calls you bugged out Israelites, bro. Straight up.
But this word, you know, you're right. But this word brings in all types of things. You know, it says because you're going to get the good and the bad, but only the elect are going to get, you know, the reward.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 13 and 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew it ashore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So, you know, everyone is going to get this word. This is what we're doing right now. But only the elect, what the brother was saying, is actually going to even get this, you know?
Because it is continuing On St. John chapter 1, verse 12, but as many as received him, to them he, Yahushai, to them gave him power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. And what is his name? What is his son's name? That's the big mystery. It's not Jesus Christ, I'll tell you that.
That's right.
It's Yahushai.
That's a perfect.
Because
no, you're gonna get. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, because here it is, continuing on verse 13, which were born not of blood. Wait a minute, are we born by blood? Here it goes in the scriptures, nor of the will of the flesh. Why? Because Jake gets down in bed, bro. Are you kidding me?
And not just that, is because our flesh, is gonna make us go off.
Yeah, but this is giving the scripture. Nor of the will of man. That's right, because if you think your daddy made you, you're delusional, bro. You're living in denial. Yahweh Shai made you, but of God.
Read it.
I'll read the whole thing. I'm breaking it down like you said.
Yeah.
Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. Power. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Verse 13. Oh no, that was supposed to be that.
Yeah. I don't know the breakdown of that scripture.
I mean, you can read it.
Right. No, there's more meat to it where you're kind of explaining this is which were not of blood. Not of blood. I have to study that. And, yeah, with those promises, regardless, are to the nation of Israel. This is Psalms 147 and 19. It says, He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because our people will say, the average everyday Christian will be like, hey, well, you're not by blood in Israel, so hey, guess what? You're not Israel. Well, guess what? We're not going to have the blood records because this white man has put us in so many captivities that we won't even know who we are, man.
Just throw them away. No matter.
That's right. We were expendable. We were just like cattle to these so-called white people, man. And not even that long ago. Less than 100 years ago, man. They were still lynching. Black Wall Street happened in the 1920s, man. So you think things have changed over less than 100 years with these devils, man? They had no change of heart, because if they really could, and it was in their power, man, we'd be hanging from a tree right now, man.
Or shot on the street
That's
right
right.
now. Calm down.
That's right, man. And if they still had the law where they could see a minority out past dark, you know how much these fucking white people would love to just go kill you? Man, that's still in their spirit, man. And they have a little confrontation with somebody at work that's a minority, man. In the back of their head, they're like, oh, I wish I could kill him. I wish I could kill this nigga. I wish I could kill this beaner, man. This Mexican, on and on. If they could, man, they'd go to their truck and get a pistol, put 2 in your fucking head, man. Don't you think for a second these devils change?
Wait, but they're my brother. They're my friend. Yeah, right, bro.
Yeah,
just
right.
wait till the devil gets you alone. Then what happens?
Yeah.
He tosses you like you're not. He tosses you like in the flesh. He knows your body better than you can. You do.
He's gonna invite you to an exploring hunting party with his buddies. Shit, they're gonna tell you run. You got an hour, and then they're just gonna hunt your ass down, man. They do that shit. There's been a couple of jakes on the news that wind up missing after going on a hunting trip with their so-called white friends, man. If you're a jake, man, you better not go on no damn hunting trip with these so-called white people, man. It's a perfect cover-up, man. It was a hunting accident.
Yeah. Who creates friendly fire? Are you kidding me?
Gosh. And there was another one too. It was a group of football moms that were getting together for a sleepover, and the only one that wound up dead was the only Jake woman there. The so-called Judite woman. They found her face down in the backyard, man. You know what happened there, man? They got drunk, and all those white women, got in an argument or something like that, or they said something wrong, and they just started, going to town on her, man. So they probably did some wicked shit, man. Hey, get out. But yeah, man, Eve with
It is what
serpent.
it is, bro.
It's funny
You
as
know
hell.
what it is.
I know.
You ain't dumb.
I know.
Everybody. I'm talking about that, bro. I'm talking about you.
Oh yeah.
People are stupid as fuck.
These people fell down the stupid tree and hit every branch coming down, man.
And they landed down on ugly,
Ugly shit.
yeah, on the ugliest land there is. Because when they pulled up, I was like, oh, bro, get the hell away! Get away from my car.
So, you know. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because just to sum it up, to bring everything all together, nothing was given or nothing's in your will either. You have no free will, because here it is in St. John chapter 3, verse 9. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it is given from him from heaven. And that's just not talking about material. Are you kidding me? God can make clothes and give you every resource that you can in your life, but that don't mean anything if you don't have the Rakah Dash supplement with you. And God's hands, God's angels protecting you.
The scriptures even say, you know, it's I can't remember if it says it's like a light work or if it's like not a big deal for Yahweh trying to make a poor man rich. But hey, man, we don't want it. We don't want it on this side, because this side's polluted, man. If you get a woman, her box has been used and abused by Tom, Dick, and Harry, man. You get a so-called, oh, she my boo, she my woman, this is my lady. No, man, your lady belonged to the whole football team back in high school, bro. When you get a woman and you have sex with her, she's not a virgin. She laid down with Tom, Dick, and Harry, like we said. And then moved on for seconds, bro. I was watching this one video where this bitch was like at a Five Guys burger, and the boyfriend asked her, "Hey, is this your first time having Five Guys?" And she said, "At once." Booker was like wiping shit off. This shit wasn't there, and then it turned into that song, "Hello Darkness, my friend." Oh yeah, we'll get back to that. Go ahead. Yeah, let's get on these women.
Yeah, bro, because here it is, just like what brother says, confirming. Here it is in St. John chapter 4, verse 17, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking to the woman. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Yahweh Shai said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. You a hoe. Here it is in verse 18. This is Yahweh Shai speaking, bro. This is the Son of Man. The one, bro. Verse 18. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and he
Do you need help?
thou now hast.
You want to help us? Give us $100.
For what?
Well, you said help.
Help. You
Can
said
you
help.
help talk?
Oh, no, you're good. A woman is not supposed to teach the Bible.
What the? Did you just say?
I said a woman is not supposed to teach the Bible. You want me to go to the Bible for what I said?
Yes, please do.
Okay. This is 1 Timothy 1 and 11. Pay attention, okay? It
You
says,
think I won't?
let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffered not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over a man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam
Are you
was
serious?
not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith, in charity, in holiness, with sobriety.
Now I want you to go back.
Where?
Go back. I think.
What chapter am I in?
Give me a minute. You're in Timothy, so give me a minute.
Okay.
All right. You're not in Timothy right now.
I'm in Timothy right now, but there's no scripture in the whole Bible that says
It
a
doesn't
woman.
say that they don't. What you interpret.
It literally just said that.
What you interpret is different than what I interpret from that.
Okay, well,
That doesn't
interpret
make
what
it
the Bible
wrong.
says.
You interpret whatever you want to interpret from it. That is what God made it for. Did it not?
Are you Irish?
I am not.
Oh.
Scottish, actually.
Scottish. Oh, okay. Well, you're probably still a Jake. You're probably still an Israelite. But really, you need to follow an order under the Bible, not your opinion,
under God.
not your emotions. See, this is why women aren't supposed to teach, because women, by nature, are more emotional characters, more emotional creatures.
Which is why they
and
should
men
be
are
the
more,
ones
logical. So,
logical
but
and
because
loving
we go
to
off
be in one. You haven't met them yet, have you?
You seem like you're in a rush. So you're
I am in a rush. She is in a rush, but I am not.
Okay.
Not that I am. Therefore, I'm going to tell you this.
The best is if you got the keys, you can just start going.
As well she could, but you are afraid of me, are you not?
I'm not.
Are you afraid of me?
No, it's just because...
You are afraid of me. And
Why
how do
would-
I know this? Because you are shivering in your pants right now.
What are you talking
And if you
about?
could actually shit yourself, you would.
Oh my
How do you
god.
know how I know that?
You know what?
Because I can read it in your eyeballs.
You know how long we've been out here?
I don't care how long you've been out here.
Okay, well,
Bottom
we don't
line
care
is,
what we
you've
have
been
to
out
say.
here for this long for no reason, have you not?
Let's go Micah 7 and 10.
Have you not?
You get Micah 7 and 10.
I'll get whatever the fuck I want to get, but I'm not.
See, this is why women are supposed to teach. Because you haven't brought one scripture to back up what you believe.
You want to know why I don't?
Other than your own emotions.
You want to know why I
So
don't?
this is...
Because the Bible is whatever you make of it, is it not?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Oh,
Who
yeah,
made
it
the
is.
Bible?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Who created the Bible?
A man.
Huh? Probably.
That's right.
Come on, I'm leaving. Let's go. What is your name? May I ask?
My name is Nahar.
Nahar, is that your given name?
Yeah, this is the given name I gave to myself.
That is what I not said.
Okay, well.
What I said was that your given name?
I ain't gonna tell you my given name because I don't gotta tell you anything.
You're right, you don't. But your given name means more. Does
No,
it
that's
not?
my slave name, the so-called white man.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
Micah 7 and 10. Then
Holy shit,
she
dude. By
that
the way,
is
I
my
give no
enemy
permission to put me on
shall
video.
see
by
it.
the way.
We're in public. I can record what's going on around
I'm
me.
just saying I give you no permission.
I don't care. Then she that
Did you
is
say
my
you don't
enemy
care?
shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine enemies shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as mire of the streets. Because when all hell breaks loose, that misindependent, I don't need no man spirit is gonna go right out the window.
You don't think I need a
Because,
man?
because when
No,
when you
mass,
have
mass.
Gurga troops,
Come on.
and have you ever been in shot at? You ever have a group of men come at you?
Have
You're gonna have.
Have you?
I have. Yeah.
No, I don't think you have.
Okay, I used to live in Portland. I've gone through the
Then why are
Navy
you
North.
here?
So because do I gotta go through my life story?
No, I'm not asking you to do that. What I'm
Good.
asking is for you to be honest.
I've been
You
on.
are afraid. Why are you so afraid? Why?
Yeah.
Why are you so afraid?
What does the original word Scott mean? What does that derive from? It comes from the word black. The original Scott.
Am I
means
black? Julie, let's go. Do I look black to you?
Grab your friend. She's either drunk or on something. So.
Me?
No, her.
Oh, no, she's not. She's very passionate about
You guys see
just
these demons?
passionate about truth.
Okay,
So
well, no, you're
truth,
not, because the
honesty,
truth comes from the scriptures. And we've read.
And who made
what-
the scriptures?
You still can't tell me.
And neither can you.
Yeah, I can. because
Supposedly Joseph,
Why-
right?
why am
Did
I
he
getting-
not? Did
Joseph?
Joseph not make the scriptures?
Joseph, that's one person.
One person. Who
One
made the
person.
Bible?
What is the Bible?
Who made the Bible?
A religious book?
Is it? I don't know. You tell me.
No, it's a
It's
chronological
religious
history.
about somebody,
It's a,
but
it's a chronological history of
Of
the
who?
history of the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. Ain't no history of the so-called Scots in here if they
there's
are
no
Israelites.
Scots in. There might be in my history, but they're not who I am.
Okay.
Now, are they?
Oh.
I might talk like that sometimes, but that doesn't mean that's who I am. But I do believe in God, and I believe that God
Okay.
wills us
You
to be in
probably
this
believe
moment
in
right
a
now.
God, yeah, but what's his name?
Does
He
God
has
not
one
will
name.
us to be right here, right now? Does he not?
Tell
me,
God
does he
is
not?
definitely not willing you to argue with the
I'm
scripture.
not arguing. I'm asking you a question. If you think that that's arguing, then who are you? You're supposed to
I'm
be
gonna-
here preaching the Bible.
I'm gonna read the scripture
You're
again
going
because
to
apparently
preach
you
the
didn't
Bible.
understand.
Now you're just judging me.
This
God
is,
does not
this
judge,
is
jackass.
1 Timothy
Yeah?
1 and 11.
Does God judge?
It says, "Let the woman
Now you are just literally disputing everything
in
you just said.
silence."
You're
See?
disputing everything you
This
just said.
is a prime
Julie,
example
we
of
gotta
why
go.
why
Why you
women
think you're
shouldn't be
perfect?
teaching.
No, you're an idiot. Let's go. You can't stand the fact that we know what we know. It fucking disturbs you. And I don't get why you keep doing what you do when
This
you
is
know better.
Proverbs 21 and 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. You know? I'll read that again. Proverbs 21 and 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman, man. You know, because we've been out here on the highways and byways for so long, man. One woman, just because she's talking loud, she's like, "You're scared of me. You're scared of me." No, literally read you the scriptures because her whole thing is that she got set off because I told her a woman is not allowed to teach the Bible, because I think she said something, and I'll have to rewind it or something back. She's like, "I can teach you."
Bro, it don't fucking matter.
Yeah, they don't fucking matter. But it's a prime example for edification's sake on your guys' end that you can see how emotional women get, So, man, I honestly wanted to just fucking get her away as fast as possible, bro, because those aren't the type of people that you're going to have a constructive conversation with, man. When you can't get through the scriptures and all she's going to say at the end of it is, "Oh, that's your opinion," First Timothy is it literally is spoken in really plain English. It's not even
speaking. He was reading the scriptures. How more plain can you fucking be?
It's really like, this is not even in like a dark saying. It just says a woman is supposed to learn with all subjection. If you look at the word subjection, it goes into complete submission of authority of someone. But
Hey,
yo, Jake.
I'll hear.
Hey, yo. No, it's all right.
Yeah, I'll
It's
hear
okay,
it.
man. I was gonna ask you what your nationality was. On your father's side. Okay, man. Have a good one. Probably Terry.
Terry don't care.
Yeah, Terry don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. What's your nationality? Hispanic, like you Mexican or? Yeah. Well, you guys are
God's
from
chosen people.
you're God's chosen. You're from the tribe of Issachar. You're Israelite. You know that? Yeah. So our people don't. But that's what it's about. Hey, man, you told them. The rest is in the Lord's hands, man. Hey, I'm gonna read that verse of Timothy again because I don't know if you guys were able to hear it well because the lady was fucking yelling. But
I mean, that's what happens. We have a rude bitch
yeah,
in here.
you got a rude ass bitch, man.
Don't sugarcoat it. We ain't.
Yeah, man. Man, she's the type of lady that'd be like, "I won't go," make a whole scene, call you. You just get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Okay, I'll say this.
Go ahead.
Thank God in heaven, everybody knows their place, especially you women.
That's right, man. Because these women are hella out of order, man. Hey, man, what did we just say? That was a spirit, man. We said, "Oh, we're about to get on these women now," and she made a perfect example for us. So, call Allah Yahweh Shai to show you the state of the mindset of the average everyday woman. So, but this is, like I said, I'll read it again. This is 1 Timothy 1:11, what I was trying to read to that lady. This is, "Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection," because the way a divine order works is you have to have a man at the head. This society will teach you, oh, a woman can do everything a man can. No, she cannot. Even the science, like this what white people always like to say, even the science shows you that the anatomy of a man and anatomy of a woman is not the same. They're not on an equal playing field. That's why that trans swimmer that was 400 and ranked 460 something in the nation, as soon as he started taking hormone blockers, he probably cut his rod off already. I wouldn't be surprised. But now he's ranked number 1 in the women's swimming. Because what does that do? That breeds confusion. And what does that also do? It actually is an oxymoron, because these dumbass Democrats, they'll say, "Oh, believe the science, trust the science," and then they'll let a whole full-grown transformer start reading to little kids. So, yeah, man, this place is no sound wisdom. What does it say? Has the wisdom, escaped Teman? Roughly paraphrasing, and we know Teman are going to the Germans, the Temanites, but this is verse 12 out of 1 Timothy 1. "But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence." And I'm going to get that word usurp. Usurp. I'm going to read it again. "But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over a man, but to be in silence." And this is the word usurp. It says, take a position of power or importance illegally or by force. It says to seize, to take over, to take. Commander, you know, so pretty much positions of, oh, I'm the shot caller now, you know. This is 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression, because the woman was the one that got beguiled by the snake, which is the spirit of Esau Edom, you know, the wicked, the spirit of the wicked back in the garden when we were known as the Adamites. Continuing, verse 15, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. You know, and a lot of these women, you know, yeah, they got kids, you know, but they, as soon as they get that kid out from them, you know, they back to hot girl summer, you know. They're back to booty shaking videos with their homegirls on Thirsty Thursdays, you know. You know, this world and the caliber of women that it's breeding, you know, is a direct result from the type of men that are in this society, you know, because the men first and foremost went in transgression, you know, obviously the Jake and the Israelite man is all out of order, so that causes his woman to leave, and then his woman takes the kids, raises them up to be emotional little demons, you know, being raised by a woman. A woman cannot raise a man, no matter how much this world tries to say this and that. A woman cannot raise a man, you know. So that's why the men that are raised by all these women, you know, the majority of them are emotional. You know, they'll probably join the rainbow gang. You know, they'll probably be a little bitch ass beta male simp that lets their woman run all over them, you know, without cussing her bitch ass out and telling her to get in line, man. You know, but that society will frown upon that, man. But they'll let your woman dress you up in matching outfits and parade your ass around the town, man. She'll walk in front of you when you go to stores. You open the door and she's expecting to go through first, man. When I'm in a public place, I go in first, because what are you going to have? You're going to go into a strange place and let your woman go first and say, hey, is the coast clear? No, if you're a man, you're going to make sure that place is secure before you let your people go in. But that's just common sense, man. But that has been taken away from this society and has put women in a position of authority, man. You know, the number 2 in command in the United States right now is a woman that doesn't know how to do anything except smile and laugh and avoid a question, man. You know? So, I don't want to keep that.
Because here it is, Yahweh's words in the scriptures in St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, for such
Emphasize that. Great tribulation, man.
For then shall be great tribulation. And that great is not going to be something small. It's not going to be something, only in this city. No, it's going to be the whole world. That great tribulation, such as was not seen from the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. That's right, because that day of the Lord, Jacob's trouble, doomsday is what people know it as, and that's what they call us.
The day of doom.
The day of doom, that great tribulation. There's going to be no day like it, and you wish and pray that day would be over, because that tribulation is not a party. It's the exact opposite of that. That's where people get slaughtered, raped, killed, all of that, all in one blow around, and everybody's smiling that's doing it. Why? Because that's the will of the Lord. Because these bad people, these wicked elites, that's why do not be afraid. Throughout the scriptures, in and out, the left-hand side is controlled by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so there's nothing to be afraid of. Right? If you know your power.
Because these people are going to be crying to every God in the book. You're going to be, oh, Christian, Allah, Jesus. What were those guys saying on the street? Yahweh, you know, fucking start talking bullshit, man. Summon up a demon. Oh, that's Yabba-Dabba's demon name right there. This shit gets manifested right in front of you.
Yeah, you think you're laughing now, bro?
Because these demons. That's right, man. These demons, the demonic red-eye, you know, spiritual beings are actually going to be showing themselves to these people, man. Just like that darkness that can be felt, you know, in the time of the Exodus, and the Egyptians were getting, you know, tormented, the same thing is going to happen. This is Judges 10 and 13. It says, yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods, lowercase g. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods, lowercase g, which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulations. Because like scriptures say, the gods of the nations are idols. You're praying to 4 bags of concrete, some paint, and a couple pieces of sticks. Dressed up, in Santa Maria, man. Praying to the Virgin of Guadalupe, man. That's a problem with our people, especially the Northern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom are so attached to their idols, man. And this place pushes it, man. You can go to any Walmart in the country and you'll go down the Latino section and you'll see a bunch of fucking idols there, man. You'll see a bunch of Virgin Guadalupes and pictures of white Jesus, man.
The devil himself. They're selling the devil himself for a price.
That's right.
And what? You think this salvation has come out with no price? You gotta be joking me, man. Literally, that's why we know that the Bible is a collection of books of
the Biblios.
The Biblios, but it's the collection of books, not of anybody, of the Hebrew Israelites. The star, the light, the salt of the earth.
That's right, and that's why I asked that lady, is this a religious book? And she said, you tell me, because, that's how someone always likes to control a conversation. They ask a question with a question, because this bitch, man, I guarantee, she ain't got no man at home, not with that voice, bro. She probably ran all her last 3 husbands off the street, man.
That's why you're
dealing with that bullshit, man.
Yeah.
That's why I ain't seen no man with her. I saw a man with another woman. But hey, man, good, man. I hope that bitch gets tormented. But this is Oh, that's what it was. Oh, I remember. Cool. Yeah, I know. So I asked the lady, is this a religious book? And she said, you tell me. And what it was is, no, this is a chronological history. Chronological means in order of, the Israelites' history and a book of prophecy. This is a book that's telling us things that are going to happen before they happen. 2,000 years plus before they happen. Even more than that, going back to the time of Genesis, and how this all came to be. But
yeah, also just to add on to the point, it's also an instruction manual.
That's right.
Instruction manual for what? To be a ruler in the kingdom of heaven.
Law, statutes,
yeah, people think it's all it's just the Holy Bible. Are you kidding me? It's nothing. It's only Dr. Seuss books. You can tell stories all like, hey, let's just have a little Bible study, a little Sunday school.
Well, that's your interpretation.
Yeah, it's your interpretation. I'm like,
that's what these stupid fucking Christians always say, man. They ain't got no scriptures to back up what they believe, so they'll just say, oh, that's your interpretation.
To get the man of the Lord riled up, or obviously get tested out here.
Yeah,
that's why we're out here, for experience.
And I was just trying to, if that bitch kept talking, I was just gonna start reading over her, man. Just start cutting her up, because, man, those are the type of people, like I said before, that you're not gonna have a constructive conversation with and actually get through any point that you want to get across to that person, for it to sink, for it to take root.
Yeah, and these people that are on the other side that don't get it, man, they're chopped liver, man. They ain't worth a damn.
Right.
But here it is, continuing in the scriptures, St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22 is what I wanted to get, because this is the days that are at hand. And except those days, which we are living in now, should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And it's not talking about but the Israel's sake, those days shall be shortened. No, there's a reason why the elect's title is up there, because that is the chosen within the nation of Israel, which is number 1 nation out of the 18.
And because this devil, had endless control time-wise of the world, pursuant to Job.
Everybody and himself.
That's right. Job 9 and 24, the devil would kill everything, all the natural resources, destroy the world, and then he would kill himself at the end, Because, we even see that at a small scale, man. What do these white school shooters do? They go kill a bunch of kids, and then they kill themselves, man. And that's just the Edomite spirit, man. Because they can't face the consequences of what they did after, because they got demons on them, man. You know, everything is preordained in the spiritual realm before it's manifested here in the physical, man. Because like it says, what kills? Does the gun kill? Does the gun kill people, or does people kill people? No, you got to have the heart to pull that trigger, man. Because a gun is just a weapon. You know, a gun is just a tool. You know, for defense, a tool for defense, a tool for food, a tool for, you know. But if you're using it on your brother, that's because the hardness of your heart. You know, you got hatred in your heart that you're putting in that bullet as the transfer system. You know, because that's what you really want. You really want his head off.
And there's no free will out here, too. You got your orders from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, just to let you know.
That's right. So, did you have something that you wanted to? Yeah. Was that it?
I got more.
So the brother said, you know, no flesh would be saved. You know, there is going to be a lot of killing that happens, because this is Psalms 91:7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. You know, because there's going to be so much death happening by way of, you know, these nukes, either martial law troops, the FEMA troops that are the UN troops, you know, your own military, even your police force. You know, they're going to be killing and rounding up and raping, you know, and pillaging and taking whatever resources you have, you know, and running with it. So, yeah, go ahead. You can say it right now.
Man, where is the most still place in a tornado? The right center piece, because right now, like the brother said, 1,000 shall fall at one side and 10,000 on the right hand. But where you're at, that center piece, that pivotal point, nothing gets touched. And gravity and all that stuff, man, crazy. You don't know physics. But yeah, that the center of the storm is the most peaceful place, the more still place.
The eye of the storm.
The eye of the storm. That's why it's dead that way, bro.
I remember I was watching a movie, I can't remember, but they're like, oh, we're not going to be able to escape the storm. We got to fly to the eye, you know, because they're gonna fly in the eye of the storm, which is like, you know, like the brother said, you know, it's peaceful. You ever seen a hurricane from the satellite image? You know, that's what it's talking about. But this is verse 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Psalms 91:9. Because thou hast had, Salakia, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. You know, because we are, you know, we're hiding in the secret places of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, which is this truth, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we're being built up in the spirit, you know, mentally, understanding what's going to come down the pipe, you know, so that our spirit can dwell, you know, because while the rest of this world's going crazy, you know, like it says in Isaiah, or like it says, peace and Salakia, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, you know, because we're getting that knowledge and wisdom, because all these people now, they're not going to be ready when the water goes off, when people are raping whole families over cans of food, man, when they're killing, slaughtering, you know, taking all these things because of the lack of bread, you know, for great tribulation, you know, like the scriptures say. I forgot where I was going. Yeah, no, it's man. It was having to do with I was thinking of the wording of the abiding in the secret places of the Most High. I can't find it. Anyways, but you know, like it says in the scriptures too, that come into my chambers and hide yourself as it be for a little while. You know, and those chambers are the chariots that the world ignorantly calls UFOs, you know, and those are the angelic vehicles that are going to be doing two things: destroying and putting out and redeeming with salvation Israel, the elect. You know, they're going to be zapping concentrated fire beams, lasers, you know, And then they're also going to be beaming up the elect, you know? Like it says, look up, you know, for your redemption draweth nigh. You know, because like it says that as the birds fly, roughly paraphrasing, that's how Yahweh Bashmi Shai is going to defend Jerusalem, you know? So when you see a bunch of like a swarm of birds going around high in the sky, you know, you're in a parking lot, you know, that's how Yahweh Bashmi Shai is going to come to save you, Lord willing, you know, when we need it. Because we're going to need it here soon, man. We ain't got no army. You know, we're not carnal men. We're not going to try to save ourselves with whatever, you know, weapons we may have, you know? But a lot of people are going to only depend in their weapons, only depend in the food stores that they have in their basement at home, you know? And all that is really just laid up for the elect, man. We don't even got to do any prepping, man. You people that are going to die are doing it for us, man. You know, Lord willing that we be guided to safe pastures through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for us to dwell in safety. But Jake, you may have to go a couple days without eating, you know? So this is why, you know, it's good to fast every once in a while. You know, it's good to, you know, maybe go out in your local wilderness area. And I ain't saying be a prepper, get all crazy and stuff, but, you know, understand how it feels to sleep outside. You know, understand what it takes to filter clean water. What 3 basic items you need to start a fire. You know, I always tell people if you're going to go out, have at least 3 ways to start a fire. That's a lighter, a matches, and a flint stick, you know? And it could be something else. But, you know, there's a lot of things that are basic wisdom and understanding and like survival tactics that we knew in the ancient world, you know? But we've forgotten those being comfortable here in America, you know? Like the elders always say over there in the GMS LA, you know, they always say America's made us soft, man. America's made you a beta male sit, man. You know? You got men dressing more flamboyant than these women, man. You got women wearing saggy pants and men wearing tighter pants than the women, man. You know? And that's why, you know, this is a very homo freaking rainbow gang society, man. You know? And that's why this place is going to get judged by nukes, man, by fire. Because, hey, you want to learn LGBTQ history? You know, look up Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible, you know? That's why they're called sodomites, you know? Doing all gay homo shit, man. And that's what is accepted. You know, what did Obama do? They say, oh, Obama was such a good president, man. He legalized gay marriage, you know? And what did that open up? That opened up your 4-year-olds being able to choose their gender. You know, a 4-year-old can't even decide their own bedtime. How much more so a hormone therapy that is going to end up having them cut their fucking rod off, man. That's why this place needs to go, man. You know, that good old, this is America, goddammit. Spirit is out the window, man. You know, this is a satanic country, man. Yeah. And most of these people here are pagans. You know, if you celebrate Christian, Slovakia Christmas, that's a pagan holiday. What do we have? We got Easter Sunday coming up. That's a pagan holiday. Where can you find Easter in the Bible? I can tell you where. That goes back to the pagan god Ishtar, you know, which is what they would do is they would sacrifice newborn babies. They would dip the eggs in the blood of the baby and they would sacrifice it to Ishtar, which is the god of Easter. You know, it's a Babylonian deity. But hey, man, that's too deep for you Christians that only worry about John 3:16 and pork sandwiches are okay to eat. You know, that's all you care about. You care about making sure your attendance is straight and all your church friends see you all dressed up at church. Put in that $20 bill in the collection plate, man. You know, you Christians have made the Bible into a laughing stock, you know, because that's why no one fears Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because you put effeminate ass pictures of white Jesus here, which goes back to Caesar Borgia, which. Hey, let's go into some more history Christians don't know about. Pope Alexander VI of Rome hired Michelangelo to paint white pictures of Jesus, man. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai was a so-called black man, you know? He wasn't no pasty-ass leprous dog, you know? That the Catholic and Christian church posts up as their poster child, man. You know? And that's why this place got to go. This place got to go, man. You know, and I can't wait until, you know, there's no electricity, there's no water, there's no food, there's no 911 for you women to call. Because, hey, all those men that you've been fucking over for child support and they did this and they did that to me, hey, man, they got receipts. you know. And when all hell breaks loose, guess what, man? There's a lot of people that got a fucking kill list, you know. I ain't gonna go into detail, but there's a couple people I'd like to visit, man, you know. And that's what, Lord willing, why we do this, man, so that we can be turned into those hunters, pursuant to Jeremiah 16:16. You know, first I will send for many fishers, and they shall fish them, and then shall I send for many hunters. Because we're gonna, Lord willing, man, we're gonna get busy on you fucking people, man, especially you so-called Edomites.
Oh yeah, and also what brother was saying from Caesar Borgia being painted as God, that's basically identity theft. And what happens when somebody steals your identity? What happens when someone takes all your money from your bank account? What do you want to happen? You want to get reimbursed that, then some, and also you want to have that the thief get full extension of the law. You want the fucking book handed to him. I mean, what do you think Yahweh Shai, the Son of God, is going to be like? Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, forgive and forget, right? Bullshit, bro. Hey, eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth is where it happens with other nations that fuck with Israel, to say the least.
That's right. I'm gonna get to paint the likeness of their images in Maccabees. I thought it was.
Because we're out here preaching. Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9.
Let me get this before it moves on. This is Maccabees 1 and 3. First Maccabees 3 and 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. And that's where you get pictures of white Jesus, man.
Yeah, exactly right. Identity theft.
Identity theft.
Identity theft, bro. That's in the Bible.
And to tell a lie, you got to know the truth.
Yep, and the devil knows the truth, bro. Here it is in Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. That's why we come out here to prophesy. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. Yeah, that's fine. Here it is, beginning 2 verses above. To clarify, 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting of asunder of the times, or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
So Ezra is asking the angel, what is the sign of the end of the world? How are we going to know when the new world is coming and this world is ending? Go ahead. And this is how the angel responded.
Verse 8?
Yeah.
Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were in the womb, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which is symbolic.
Right. And it was going through the line for the seed of the father, through who inherited the blessing.
Yeah, so Esau was the firstborn, but his ungrateful ass don't deserve it. Here it is in verse 9 again, I'll repeat. For Esau is the end of the world, meaning the end of rulership, the end of his mountain. Mountain in the scriptures represents kingdoms, governments, people in rulership. What happened? That's why it's called the king of the hill. When you are the king of the hill, you tell people below you. Who's the king of the hill? Who's made their money? Who's made their face on the money? So-called white man. For Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Jacob meaning representing the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, which are bywords, but your true names are the tribe of Judah, tribe of Issachar, up and down the list of the 12 tribes of Israel. And just because I didn't mention you doesn't mean I have less love. Because some people, hey, oh, you didn't mention mine. Yeah, because that's why when you represent for your people, you represent for your people.
That's how we always say, from Judah all the way down to Issachar. And you brothers know what we're talking about. This is from Malchia, Luke 21 and 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. That's right, because where's our redemption going to come from? Is it going to come from the ground, from the left or the right to us here on earth? No, it's going to come from above, by way of these UFOs that are going to be coming, literally beaming us up, It sounds crazy saying that. To us, it doesn't. But putting it in words for these people, man, and letting them look at you, man, that's why we have faith. We know what we believe in. But these people don't have a clue of how they're going to be saved. What are they going to say? They're going to say, well, you know what? My uncle just built a bunker under his house, and he said that we are one of the families that can go and survive over there. Yeah, right, man. You know how it takes less than 25 minutes for a missile to get shot from Russia all the way to here in the United States. So you're not going to get anywhere in 25 minutes before those nukes. And anything here in America, doesn't matter if you're in a bunker, you're still going to get melted. That bunker is going to be your tomb. So, but, but party and bullshitting.
Laughing out, crying later in the spirit. That's why we're out here in the highways and byways, crying out to our Maker, crying out to the Lord, crying out to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, meaning the names of the Lord, the ones that really matter. Because all the ones, Lords, God, and stuff like that, other titles for it, it's just titles. It's not. If you have a position at work, you don't go, your name's not manager. Your name is assistant manager. No, your name is James. Your name is, Aaron.
I was just gonna go off what you said, because you said the sign of crying.
Oh yeah, we're crying now, and we're gonna laugh later up there, up in those chariots.
Oh yeah.
And you people think you people think we're joking though.
Yeah.
You think it's just a game. You don't think that the U.S. government doesn't know that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the only way that they're getting saved out of their captivity is a divine intervention. And that's what the U.S. government knows.
Yeah, they know what the chariots are. They like to push out their movies and say that they're little green men, to throw out the masses so that they can say, oh, that's a conspiracy. Well, even now we know it's not a conspiracy because the government has come out full blown saying, yeah, they exist and it's a problem. That's all they said. They had no solution. They're just dealing with it, man, because those are fourth dimensional beings. They're not going to be subject to a lower class dimension, which is here in the third dimension, the terrestrial world. But this is Ezekiel 9:4. It says, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, and set a mark, and that mark is the Wah. It's not the same as the mark in Revelation 13 and 16, which is referring to the Karagma. This is an actual mark. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. Because like the title of the camp lesson yesterday is, who is speaking up against this devil, man? Because it's vexing to go through a day-to-day, learning all this and understanding all this, It's a good thing to learn and get wisdom and knowledge and understanding and watch videos all day and take notes and get learning for yourself and put this tab in there. Okay, but that's cool. But what are you doing with it, man? Are you going out and teaching another man? Are you taking the inheritance that you got, and are you putting it under a bushel, So, okay, I know about it, but no one else can know about it,
I know the Lord's name, but I'm not going to show it.
Right?
Yeah.
No, that's what you're supposed to do, You're supposed to each one teach one.
A false balance as well. That's a false balance.
That is a false balance, because if you're learning, you know all these things. You can quote this precept and that precept, but if you're not applying it by two things, applying it to yourself first and foremost, but also coming out in the highways and byways and being a light, being a beacon. You want to get that? Because we're not out here trying to hide our talent. You know, we know the austere master is coming back and he's asking for interest. You know, so we, Lord willing, are not going to be that foolish servant that puts his inheritance under a napkin. You know, because we're all working for that one penny. Whether it comes, you know, instantly, because fishing is a patience game too. You know, you can cast out, let's say 20 times before you even get a bite. You know, so how many times are we going to come out to camp, week in and week out and week in and week out for all this time that we've been, which is more than a year now? You know, are you going to get fruit? You know, are we going to get discouraged? We're like, oh man, no one's taking this message. You know, better. Hey, you know what? Let's just go home. Let's just go home.
Let's back up and let's just go in the spirits. Okay, let's go back to the word.
What if our elders and apostles did that? You know, we would never get this truth. You know, before YouTube, you know, the elders and apostles went years without it. You know, and then when they went on in 07, you know, this truth blew up. You know, so we have such a responsibility to be consistent, because this thing is not about a sprint. How much you can learn in a short amount of time is how long you can keep in it. You know, like, you know, I don't like to use this because KRS-One, you know, he's kind of a bug out too, but he says it doesn't matter how long you can rhyme, but how long you've been rhyming, you know, because he was a pretty good hip hop artist, but, you know, he fell off and started worshiping his woman and all this bullshit. So, hey man, what's the Lord's will? Lord's will. But yeah, man, and this place is, you know, it's going down and it's going down quick. You know, and it's good for us, you know, because we want to be saved out of this. We want to see the fall of our enemies, man. We want to see the fall of this American empire, man. We want to see the Edomite supremacy, or so-called white supremacy, at an end, man. And we want you, so-called white people, in slavery. Simple as that, man. Slavery is not going anywhere. It's just transferring ownership, you know, because right now we're your slaves, and Lord willing, we be those men to be partakers of the first fruits to gather you up after Yahushua gets his, of course. But hey, man, you know, we're like elders always say, man, you're sitting in a very privileged position to be a man of the Lord, especially in this day and time, man. You know?
Oh, and slavery and slaves are in the Bible, so don't think it's going to be out of the kingdom of heaven for you.
It's a future
for you lower part nations that are not of Israel.
It's a future prophecy. It's a future prophecy. It's not going anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, because here does I get two verses for the brother.
No, that's right. Thank you.
Say Matthew chapter 5 verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. Oh man, ye are the light of the world, meaning somebody has to be that light.
We the light then.
Yeah, exactly.
The salt.
Yeah,
we got so much.
Yep. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through your father's side.
Only the man is on your father's side.
Yep.
Go ahead.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. The king of the hill, bro. Are you kidding me? Here it is in 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but put it on the candlestick, because it holds it upright, which is the scriptures. And it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
I was just thinking too. And it's through the spirit, you know. I saw it was a so-called Edomite. He had a hoodie on, and I was kind of, you know, giggling over there. But he, it said, it says, "I love hookers and blow." You know, I was laughing, you know, because it's funny. But then also, he's in the right spirit, man. Because being an Edomite, this is the last time for you to get your last hurrah off, man. So, hey, man, you do all that and some. You know, you max out your credit cards, you do all that, man. Because this is the only time that you're going to get that last little bit of pleasure in this world. But,
yeah, and brother said, like, hey, he's what makes him laugh is seeing an Edomite out there, like, being in his folly. But just to clarify, he's not considered and ever will be the light in this world or the world next, because white, oh man, white people, you have the word white thrown in front of you. You're thinking, no, pure, nice, and clean.
It's good.
Hell no, these so-called white people are the dirtiest people that you could live with. Right. And he can testify.
Yeah.
But
man.
here it is.
Yeah, man, because what's going on right now, man? A lot of white-on-white crime. You know, you better stop with that white on white crime, you know, Russia and Ukraine. You know, I thought you all were the same people. You know, you always like to throw that around, you know, when Jake kills each other. But what about all the white on white crime? All the major world wars have been fought in Europe, man. What are you talking about?
There's more blood being shed by a pin stroke than by your gun, bro. Seriously. Because here it is, continuing on St. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. And your Father is not the same as our Father out here, for real. Because we know our Father's name. His name is Yahweh. Right. And here it is, for Yahweh Shai is still speaking, and that's why it's in red. He upped the antidote. He upped the ransom to pay. We're fighting for blood out here, for real, bro. Here it is in verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I'll repeat it again. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I come not to destroy, but to fulfill.
That's right. That's right, man. Because, hey, these wacky-tacky Christians, you know, and a lot of other denominations alike will tell you, hey, the law is done away with. That we're not under that covenant. You know, technically, you know, they're right, but the law will never be done away with for Israel. You know, you're still not supposed to eat pork. You're still not supposed to shave your face, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Because the new covenant is Yahweh Shai and what he did for us on the cross. You know, what that does is, you know, it's not just this, what I'm about to tell you, but what it also does is allow the Israelites that don't have works through the law to justify their actions. What they have is faith. And so by faith, you know, it's the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So they're going to have nothing to show but the fact that they believe. And only Yahweh Shai is going to be able to judge that spirit, whether they believe or not, you know. So a lot of these Christians will say, you know, I believe this, I believe that, man. But when it comes down to it, you know, they don't believe. You know, they have no faith, because faith is a gift only given to the elect, especially in these last days. Even Yahweh Shai said, you know, when I return, shall I find faith on the earth? So, hey, man, this place is waxing worse and worse. You know, you got all these other bug-out Israelite groups saying that, oh, you have to keep the law, the law, the law. Yeah, hey, man, you do have to keep the law, but is the law going to save you? No, you are not saved under the law, man. You got bug-out groups thinking literally that they are following the law 100%, man. You cannot follow the law 100% on this side, you know. Wears mixed fabrics, you know. Are you going to kick your woman out every time she's on her period? You know, you go out in a public place and you open the door. Do you know if a woman opened that door before you that was defiled, which is she's on her monthly? You know, you go to a restaurant, you cook, you get some meat. Do you know what your meat was cooked next to? You know, how old is that meat? Because anything past 3 days, you're supposed to throw it out. You know, and you know the meat in the market that you get, you know, is blasted with CO2, carbon dioxide in a pressurized tank, which gives it that red look. Because most meat, when it's been processed, you know, it turns brown really quickly. 2 reasons: because it's decaying, and then also when that animal was slaughtered, it was not slaughtered righteously. It was slaughtered under a lot of stress, you know, because there's a certain way, you know, if you've seen the movie Avatar, it's not how we do it, but, you know, she was giving it a soothing prayer, you know, and was letting it know, you know, just be at peace. But hey, man, this devil will take a cow's head, crank it up, and then cut their whole throat with their eyeballs bulging, man. I've seen videos like that. And I ain't even gonna lie, Akia. Okay, I was vegan for 4 years straight after seeing videos like that, man. You know, and I'll tell you what, I was in the best shape of my life, you know, but I wasn't fully into the truth like I am now. But yeah, man, I've seen too many nasty videos of the way they process animals. You know, a good one to watch if you brothers want to see what I'm talking about. It's called What the Hell. You know, like what the hell? What the hell? But it's just so you brothers can have a little bit more, you know, knowledge and some wisdom on the type of food that you're putting in your body, you know, because those are things, you know, that you have to be, you got to be privy on it, man. You can't just know scriptures and not know how to govern your own body, you know. If you're not going to be if you're not going to be given a temple and you can't even take care of that temple, how much more so a city, a town, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You got to first rule your own spirit, and that's why this thing is first convincing yourself that this is the truth, and the way that you're walking in your day-to-day life what are you doing and what are you not doing that is making sure that you're following the guidelines to the best of your ability of the scriptures, man, because no one's perfect. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah, because even right now, even in this truth, even coming into this truth, you have to be brainwashed. Brainwashed from all the false ideologies, all the dark myths, all the fake sayings that were taught in the world. You literally have to unlearn everything that you learned, and everything that you were taught was a lie.
That's right.
And you have to relearn everything to get life back in you.
And that's one of the first things that I tell people coming into this thing, man. If I have like a new believer that may be sincere, man, you literally got to tell them. And it's a pride thing because a lot of people can't accept this. But if you cannot accept this, you will not move forward.
We had to do it.
We had to do it. That's right. You have to accept that everything that you were taught, everything that you know, and everything that you believe is a lie. Your mom, your daddy, grandmama ain't tell you the fucking truth, man. She taught you white Jesus,
Your best friend. Yeah.
She said, go get a good job, go to college, and be the best worker you can for the so-called white man.
We're not out here teaching that, bro.
Yeah, man, fuck this place.
Yeah.
Your parents have good intentions for you, to be a good slave. My dad said, hey, go work at Winco, which is a grocery store. I was like, okay, Dad, that's what you think I can do? That's the height? Nah, man, I'm not gonna tell you what I do, but I do something. Fuck what I do, man. It doesn't even matter. But I have a way better job. I work in construction, but it's nice, man.
Hey, that was Lord's will.
It's Lord's will, man. Lord's will, man. I couldn't be sitting in a fucking warehouse looking at four walls with no windows, man. Hell no. I gotta be outside. I gotta be doing something, man. It's a car ride. It's in my spirit, man. I gotta get the espíritu de chingale, which is the spirit of hurrying the fuck up. It's just joking around, man. The word chingale if you know Spanish, but yeah, man. Let's get into these, and we'll probably get our closers here and start to wind down. We were out here yesterday too, and it's a good day, man. It's a lot colder yesterday, but we're out here a lot later. So this is 2nd Esdras 15:1. And this is what we're doing right now. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because these aren't our words. We're not giving you our opinion. We're telling you the facts of the scriptures. This is verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And that's talking about getting them in a chronological order in the Biblios, which is a collection of books. Because back then, in the time of the Garden of Eden, the law was oral. Time of Abraham, it was an oral law. It wasn't written down in the 613, even though there's more than that, law, statutes, and commandments that Moses received in the time of the wilderness. And then also, as Israel was in rulership, that's how we got Hanukkah, which was the time of the Maccabees. So certain things were added, but make up the whole scriptures. Don't overthink too much what I'm telling you, but it's really simple, written down. Verse 4, Salakia. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And incredulity means in unbelief. But are we supposed to stop believing because the majority don't believe? No, man. Are we supposed to come out and stop prophesying on the highways and byways because the majority of people aren't going to get it? No. And imagine, like we always said, and like we said before, imagine if our elders, or imagine if the ancient men, imagine if the prophets did that, We've always been the underdog, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has always dealt with the least numbers. This is verse 4, because if you don't believe, hey man, that's your pedo. That's your problem. This is for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness, the reason why, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So, man, that's heavy, man.
That's what we do right now.
That's heavy. So, hey, man, whether these people hear or forbear, America is about to be destroyed in our lifetime. Your logic of, oh, not in my lifetime is not holding, man. It's not holding the signs of the times that we're seeing right now. You old ass 40-plus-year-old Jakes, man, that don't want to come into this truth because you're so comfortable in your life, man. Hey, guess what, man? Lord's will.
Nuke has the
That's
name
right.
for you.
That's right. You just keep staying comfortable, man. Let the wicked be wicked still. Let the righteous be righteous still, man. So, we're gonna get ready to close up. We gotta close it.
No, of course, but this is it right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is it for Israel that's going out to the highways and byways.
That's right.
St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep amongst wolves, but ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right, because we know how to use our tongues in certain ways, even out here to the highways and byways, and when we're off camp. Because
we're gonna know how to deal with these people too, man. We ain't gonna let, I watched the GMS Vegas sit downs 144 Bach. He went into a scenario that happened with some other Akim that I know, where a brother actually got pushed. He got pushed down by a bug out, and his whole point was, to be wise as serpents, because if you see a ninja, acting like that, getting rowdy and stuff, you don't know what he's gonna do. So we're gonna get on point. Like that guy that was walking here, he's kind of getting closer. I just faced him, man. Watched him, because what we say in our camp, is tighten up. Hey, tighten up. He's looking that way and I'm looking this way. Because we are in the elements, so you got to be wise as serpents. Be very observant of what's going on around you.
Yeah, you think these people love each other and care about each other? Hell the fuck no. They're working for themselves. They drive and put gas for themselves, not for the people they love. Hell, fuck with them. Hey, that's why the hearts of many will wax cold.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's why I said that lady's like, I want to help you. I said, oh, you want to help us? Okay, go give us $100.
Hey,
what help is that? Well, you didn't define what type of help.
Yeah.
And I told that brother I was going to say that before. If somebody said, oh, we love you, that was in the past. What I was going to say is, hey, guess what? You really love us? Go empty your bank account right now and give us all your money. We say that facetiously, because we know they're not gonna do it. But it just goes to show you where their love stops. As soon as it affects them. So yeah. So we got oh, you can.
Here it is in verse 17. I'll continue. St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 17. But beware of men. That's right, because this is talking about men on the earth. Right. The men that don't matter and that are controlled by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So that's why Israel should not be afraid. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushai made that an order and continually, because you don't want to have doubting and a fearful heart. Because what type of edification or what can you build with that? You can only people bring you up or bring you down.
That's exactly why the scripture said that I read. Let not the incredulity trouble thee, because a lot of people's unbelief, if you're not grounded in the faith, man, you can get discouraged in this thing, and you end up falling out and going back in the world.
Yep. But beware of men, for they will deliver you unto councils, and that so-called councils is up to the mayors, governors, and people that are
the higher ups.
They will scorn you into their synagogues, meaning their courtrooms. Verse 18, and ye shall be brought before governors, kings, for my sake, for the testimony against them and the Gentiles. And what do you think we're out here doing? For Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's sake, and that's in the name of the Holy Father's name and the Son's name.
And the elites know about this, man. They watch the elders, they watch the prophets on the street, and they're shaking in their boots, man. They're losing sleep over this truth, man.
We're losing time.
That's right.
We're losing sleep. But verse 19.
How did you find out about this?
Now. Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak. Right, because you want the Ruach HaKodesh taken over for you. For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. Verse 20, for it is not ye that speaketh, it's not you that speaks it, but of the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
Right.
And that Spirit of your Father, that Rakakradash, has to be approved by Yahweh to be granted to you in due time.
Because when brother and I come out here to camp, we're not saying, oh, I'm going to say this, and you're going to come in with this scripture, and this is going to pop into your mind at this time. No, man, we're just flowing.
The Spirit.
We're flowing, man.
Yeah, and flow, the Spirit, the living waters, bro. The heart is with me right now.
So that's what the heart means. It's rivers, That's how I got that from the blue letter. Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Because that's what we're giving these people. We're giving them sustenance to be able to, to make it. But also, man, I was gonna say something. You can go ahead.
Verse 21, and the brother shall deliver up brother unto death, meaning your own brother.
Yep.
And
because the elders always say every camp has a Judas in it. If you have a big camp, especially, someone's gonna fold.
Yeah.
Even in Yahushua, man, the son of man.
Yeah.
He out of the 12 that he had, one went out and betrayed him. So, hey, man, you're gonna get a lot of people that get scared when they start seeing those charges and those football number names, years of their names, man, with the wanted, reward. This man is dangerous, Go ahead.
Yeah, and the father, the child, and the children will rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Why? Because it's the truth that they're standing up for. And like I read before in the scriptures, even Yahushua came into his own, and his own knew him not.
That's right. And that's why also, too, that the parents, let's say the older Jakes that are in this truth, that let's say they have young kids, their young kids are going to sell them out too. Like our parents are going to sell us out, man.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt our dad saying, hey, that's the bad guy.
That's the bad guy right there, man. I know where he lives. Here's an updated picture of him. I know my dad would do that. Hey, man, for a fact.
I know my dad would
hey, just the history and stuff like that. My family, and especially because I don't go around my family as much as I did, because my family's hardcore Seventh-day Adventist, Jesus freaks, man. So every time we get together, it's just an argument, man. Even if I don't want to say anything, I gotta say something because they provoke me. They literally try to poke my buttons to try to make me say something, because they'll say like, oh, you coming to Christmas this year, or they'll say oh, Jesus this, or just try to say something, and I'm not gonna be quiet. I'm gonna defend the gospel. I don't care who I offend. I don't care how it sounds. And I even went with my Bible one time over there just because I had it with me, not because I was going over for an argument. I ended up showing them in scriptures, and they said, oh, your Bible's a satanic Bible. This is the same Bible. It's the 1611 with the Apocrypha in it, And that's just a personal testimony. I'm sure brothers have had worse. I'm sure brothers have had better scenarios, Everything is, across the board. But, hey, man, I'll tell you what, man, your family's going to sell you out.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep, let the scripture speak. Verse 22, right. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, right. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Yes, because I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
What's going on down here? Jesus?
Hell.
What is it?
No, you guys ever heard of the Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your nationality?
I'm from Iraq.
On your father's side?
I'm straight Iraq.
Hey man, what's your nationality?
Zimbabwe.
What's your nationality?
Hispanic.
You're Hispanic on your father's side?
Yeah.
You're probably Israelite. They're heathens. You're an Israelite.
Yeah, straight up. And that's right. That's right, because we're just going to say, fuck Jesus, bro. Because here it is. But ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. And that name isn't casted out.
That's right.
That.
Oh, no one knows the name.
Yeah, no one knows the name. It's pretty secret and nobody knows. But yeah, his name, my name's sake, is Yahushua. And that's where we're out here prophesying and bring it out to these people. We bought the whole truth, and we sell it for naught.
That's right, man. Ain't no collection pot right here, man. You know, we're here open for questions to ask anybody. You know, I knew those two guys were gonna get it, man. They come up making noise and all. I don't know if you saw them in the background, but hey, man, no, it's not for everybody.
Yeah,
man. We're on to the next, man.
Yeah,
we're like moving on so quick where it don't matter, man. If you don't get it, man, if a nigga don't get it, man, we're moving on.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
we don't gotta fake the funk, bro.
Man, we don't care. We're not out here trying to get followers. Jesus, yeah, Jesus.
We're not out here to get
Jesus.
love.
Man, you see devil horns on Jesus, man. That's a people's fucking what is it called? People's how their observation, you know, their power of observation is not very keen. But that was your closer. I'm gonna close out with Wisdom of Solomon 5:1.
Perfect.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account for his labors. You know, because we're in the belly of the beast. We're literally living in Babylon the Great, telling the so-called white man to his face that America is about to be destroyed. You know, your good old America that you know is out the window. You know, you got Rainbow Gang that's controlling this place now. You know, you got Jimmy calling himself Kimmy cutting his rod off, man. You know, that's what this place has come. Vice versa, man. Hey, fuck this place, man.
Yeah.
This is verse 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, because no one's expecting a spaceship to come out and beam us up. You know, no one's expecting a chariot, you know, to choose us, man. You know, we've seen chariots at Kep, man. I was walking, you know, last week, 2 weeks ago, Salakia, I did a video on it of a chariot actually glowing back at me, man. I looked up and I could see it flying. I said, oh, that's a chariot, a call. And before I got past the call, man, it did like a glow, and then it dimmed itself down and it was gone, man. It zoomed off. You know, hey, and people see that, they wouldn't know what that was, man. But hey, man, brother here's had, you know, really close encounters, you know, with the chariots.
They won't
man.
believe me,
They
bro.
won't believe it,
Seriously,
man. It's wild. But hey, man, if you're not in this truth, you'll look at us like we're the crazy ones. But this is verse 3, and they, you know, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision, and a proverb of reproach, man. Because ain't no one's gonna expect the truth to come from a bunch of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
which are men though.
Men. Ain't no women.
Ain't no women, bro.
Like,
Let's get that correct.
That's right. Like you saw that woman, you know, get all up in emotion, you know, because we told her she couldn't teach. You know, and I could have probably not gave her any pearls. You know, could have just let go. But man, there's a straight demon on her, man. There's a straight demon jumping on her, trying to throw off the prophets, trying to say that I'm scared of her. You know how long we've been out here, man? You know, like time-wise. You know, not just today. You think, you know, we've had cops call. You know, people throw us out. You think I'm scared of some loudmouth bitch, man?
You think we're scared out here for real?
like, you know, I don't get where this logic comes from these women, man.
Oh, because they want to be God.
They want to be feared. They want to be feared.
Yeah, because if you fear somebody, you get right in their presence.
Yeah.
But when you fear somebody, you get right without their presence.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:4. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. You know, because that's how the majority of our family members see us and all these strangers too, man. You know, it's not something you see every day that someone is coming out here, especially looking out at us, cursing out the white man, telling him America's about to be destroyed, man. Open up your eyes. You know, let history be your best teacher. You think this place has a reward coming for it? For everything that it's done?
Oh yeah, that's a bad reward. It's the worst reward.
It's a reward, but you ain't gonna like it. Hey, but you gonna be rewarded it.
Yeah, we're out here preaching fire and brimstone, and if you don't like it,
that's your problem.
Hey, fire and brimstone's coming to you, bro. Hello.
I'm reading out the book of the law, man. not off of my emotion, but you people are flowing with, getting blown in the wind by every wind of doctrine, man. You know, this year it's okay to be a rainbow gang. You know, next year, what is it? 4-year-olds and pedophiles can now marry kids. You see where this place is going? You know, this place is sick, man. Where did it start? okay, yeah, you can let these homos and these sodomites marry each other, but then what are they gonna want? They're gonna be like, oh, well now I want the government to change for my hormone therapy, you know, all these things. So, and I had a friend in the military that since stopped talking to me. I told him as soon as Biden gets into office, they're gonna start paying for transition surgeries. Not even a month after he was put into power, you know, all those executive orders that he was signing, that was one of them. That federal funds were going to be used for military personnel's transition, you know, and that's why you have the top of the Navy, I believe, Navy or Air Force, Rachel Levine, you know, it's a transformer, you know. It's ma'am, you know, like that.
But what do you expect in the wicked kingdom? What do you expect when the wicked, capital W, the wicked, so-called white man is controlling you? You're not going to get hugs and daisies out here. It's way different when you go into an Israelite's house. They're going to serve you, treat you the best way they can to make sure you feel like number one, because they know they're number one. They know they're number one, but if you go into an Edomite's house, they're like, yeah, fucking, who cares? Who cares if you're in my house? Why don't you just get the fuck out of here? Yeah. That spirit, that loving and kindness is not here, especially the one who's ruling the earth.
That's right. That's right, man. You're not going to get a clean thing out of an unclean thing, man. The so-called white man is the most unclean thing in this whole planet. You know, it's called the base men. You know, up until before the Dark Ages, man, this fool was still barking in the bushes, eating juniper roots, being called a wild man, living in fucking disgusting, you know, environment. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the Dark Ages were ruled by Israelites, and we're going back to the Dark Ages, which is going to be ruled by the 12 tribes of Israel.
Our kingdom was preluded for the time of Solomon. You know, Solomon had world peace, world control. You know, he had all the tribes in harmony. You know, so all that's going to happen again. So this is verse 5. I'm going to start at 4. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God? And his lot is among the saints. Verse 6. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. You know, because these people are still going to be in that darkened state, you know, until the times and dividing of times. You know, the Gentiles are going to be ruling, man.
Lord's will.
And the actual Gentiles, you know. The heathen Gentiles, not our people, because our people have no place in this society.
Oh yeah, and the capital G, meaning Gentiles, that means the actual nation outside of
most
right?
of the time. You got to take the context. Yeah.
Right.
Most of the time, but either way, you got to read the context to understand who it's talking about. Whether it's talking about a physical Gentile, talking about a Hellenized, Jew, or Israelite that's living in Greek, you know, is taking on their customs. Or is it an actual heathen Gentile that is not found anywhere within the bloodline of the seed of Jacob on the father's side? But yeah, man. And so, you know, we're blessed to be out here. You know, we were out here yesterday because we felt like, hey, you know what? We both got time. You know, let's give the Lord, you know, that much more time and effort. So
let's show these people who we serve publicly. We're not out here covering our faces. We're not hiding anything from you. We're not even hiding the truth.
That's right,
you
man.
can believe that.
And like the brother said, you know, we're not taking our candle and putting it under a bushel, you know. We're not taking the information, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we've been given, you know, and holding it for ourselves, you know. Like being greedy fucking gremlin that's just, you know, storing up all the treasure for himself, you know. Like the European, man, you know, like the Queen, you know, she has miles and miles and tunnels of gold that they stole from here in the Americas and throughout their colonies. It's just collecting dust, man. You know, it's just being there to look at, you know. They can just open their vault, you know, and drool over it. But yeah, man, and that's why this power, this rulership is not meant for these heathens, man. Because what are they gonna do? They're gonna make it into the place that we live in today, which is a shithole, man. This place is fucking done, man. You know, and this place is continuing to wax worse and worse. You got the rainbow gang that can that can now be transitioned into a male into a female into a male. Man, this place is done, man. Like we always say, send the nukes because this place gotta go.
It's not your rest, bro.
I'm gonna close with that.
Please.
This is my closer. This is pursuant to Micah 2 and 10.
Give it to these people. Give it to them raw.
We give it to you straight
Raw
dog chaser. No chaser.
Straight out of the bottle, bro. Straight out of the bottle. Cut that bitch off. I should have said that to that lady. Cut that bitch off.
She probably would have started swinging on you, bro.
I would have loved it.
She'd be like, that's why, that woman was drunk, man. Her friends kept trying to pull her away and
Tell me you're not drunk with
yeah.
that attitude.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's why it's called liquid courage.
Drinky.
It's like she's like sitting with an accent, man. Honestly, if she would have actually kept her fucking mouth shut, we would have told her that she was an Israelite, man, because she's Scottish. But hey, man, she is Scottish. Stupid. Stupid. Well, this is Micah 2 and 10. This is the closer, and then we'll close out. Lord willing. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So, with that being said, Thawada for tuning in, the Akyam Wa Akwa, for posting scriptures on the comment board. That's another lesson in itself. We pray, we hope that this lesson that we did out here was edifying to the body in any way, shape, or form. But, we're going to end this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim out there that are pushing this word in truth and sincerity. We are the Hebrew Israelites of Idaho, coming out here week in and week out of Boise, Idaho. It's your brother Nahar here, your brother's keeper Issachar. We're putting on for the doctrine of Great Millstone, which is the word of Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, to the best of our ability, and on to the next DTA and Ababa Ball, which is death to America, and all this place with it, man, and all you people with it too, man. Shalom. May Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Brakatham to the elect and to you and your house. Shalom. The water, Akim. Water. Ha fire. Shalom.